Depth defines this season's Heat roster. Size and skill form a rare combination, and heading into the season, Miami possessed both in abundance. Early injuries have already claimed time from key front court personnel, and now Miami will be without its main man in the middle following the twist of fate Thursday night that took Shaquille O'Neal out of the lineup. The challenge that lay before the Heat now is for backups to step up, a challenge they collectively embrace.
We have the luxury, which is great. I mean, we have the luxury of having some guys that can shoulder the load, and a lot of teams can't say that.
As the Heat begin their difficult climb through conference contenders, roles will become defined. Individuals will become teammates, and teammates must become confident in the exceptional talents of one another. On a rainy night in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Miami begins searching for a silver lining without their franchise centerpiece. Shaq Daddy is down, but the Heat not out. Not with Dwayne Wade at the throttle, Miami's young all-star stepped up when Shaq was out a year ago, and tonight, back in his college town, D. Wade is the man, but he has help inside the visitors' locker room. Welcome inside the Bradley Center for the first of 4 games between the Heat and the improved and unbeaten Milwaukee Bucks. We hope you enjoy every bounce and basket with us here on Sun Sports. And hello again, South Florida. Thanks as always for joining us for Miami Heat basketball. I'm Eric Reed. Thursday night in Miami, the Heat suffered a heartbreaking loss to the Indiana Pacers by only 3 points. But a more severe loss was suffered in that game midway through the 4th quarter. And if you missed it, yes, it does involve Shaquille O'Neal. Off this offensive rebound, the daddy landed on the foot of Ron Artest, spraining his right ankle. Shaq had to be helped off the court and did not return to Thursday night's game. The Diesel will miss a minimum of 2 weeks, which covers the next 6 games. And that adds to Miami's early season list of injured players in the front court. Michael Doliak still a week away with his strained calf. James Posey remains sidelined with a sprained right thumb. Not exactly what Coach Stan Van Gundy was hoping for to start the season.
Yeah, I mean, you never want, one of your best players going down with an injury. But it's all also part of the game, and that's, we're already dealing with some guys being out, 3 veteran guys out, now a 4th veteran guy out, so some of these young guys are going to have to step up and play.
It's never a perfect season. Nothing goes perfect all the time, so this builds character to a team, and it just so happened that it's going to happen early in the season, so I think it'll make us better.
I mean, he's the most dominant player in the game, so if you don't have him, it definitely hurts you. But at the same time, other guys have the opportunity to step up and play.
We got a lot of guys here that, work hard, capable of filling in. Alonzo will fill in, I think so. So we just going to have to play. People he's going to hurt, we just going to have to hold the fort down until he get back.
Gary Payton and the Miami Heat ready to face adversity straightforward, and we welcome in the coach, Tony Fiorentino. Good to see you, Coach. Alonzo Mourning will get the start at center tonight, and at least in the short term, he should help offset the loss of Shaquille O'Neal.
He should, Eric. He's bringing his intensity, his experience, his gamemanship. This guy can play defense, as every Heat fan knows. Now, since he came back to the Heat last year, he's played in short spurt minutes, so he's been very efficient doing that. But with the big fella out, he's going to have to do a better job over a longer period of time, so that remains to be seen. But you know what, Eric? He will not be alone in trying to fill in for the Big Daddy.
A couple of young guys will come off the bench tonight. The undrafted 7-footer out of Memphis, Earl Barron. When you see him play, you'll learn what a good shooter he is. And Wayne Simeon, rock solid when it comes to fundamentals. And the first-round pick from Kansas also could see action in the interim. Well, let's talk about the Milwaukee Bucks. They were 30-52 a year ago, and they could well be the NBA's most improved team this season. Coach, you're already off to a 2-0 start. Impressive road wins at Philadelphia and at New Jersey. They're averaging over 113 points per game. They have a deep and strong front court and a very potent backcourt led by one of the hottest players in the league, Michael Redd.
How hot is he, Eric? He scored 71 points in the first 2 games. He's shooting 50% from the three-point line, and this guy's had 34 free throw attempts in the 2 games. He can take people off the dribble, which sets up the outside shot. He's very quick, and as we mentioned, he's deadly from outside. So the Heat are going to have to do a good job trying to not let him get to the basket. Now he's got a new guy in town. Bogut, Andrew Bogut, the #1 pick in the draft last year from Australia, from Utah. This guy has 12 offensive rebounds in the first 2 games. He's got great hands. He's a good passer. So the Heat's front court is going to have to try to keep him off the boards and not let him get those chippies inside, Eric.
And, Coach, the marquee matchup tonight here in Milwaukee, Michael Redd against Dwayne Wade. Wade, a beloved hero in Miami, and here in Milwaukee, too, from his glorious days at Marquette University. Wade stepped up last year when Shaquille O'Neal was hurt, and he comes in tonight off a 31-point, 10-assist game against Indiana. And that spinning triple at the buzzer would have forced overtime. Dwayne Wade in Miami, ready to bounce back tonight.
Dwayne Wade.
Crossover dribble around Shaq. Spin inside and a right-hand layup by Flash.
3rd year.
Dwayne Wade comes away with another steal. Whizzed by Stoudemire for the slam dunk. Wade uses the morning screen, leans in on right, draws the foul, scores the bucket.
Marquette. The heat is on, and tonight is on Sun Sports.
Well, the Miami Heat won their first 2 road games a year ago. They hope to do the same tonight. Here's your Southwest Airlines starters. Antoine Walker, he had a brilliant opener. 25 points, 16 rebounds at Memphis. He becomes even more important offensively and on the boards without the Diesel. And let's take a look at the Bucks, off to a 2-0 start for the first time since the 2001-2002 season. And the renaissance is underway under the leadership of the very quick point guard T.J. Ford, who missed all of last season with a serious injury. But look at the way he began this year. T.J. Ford gives him quickness and leadership. So the 1-1 Heat, the 2-0 Bucks will get you set for the tip-off when we come back right after this on Sun Sports.
Jason Jackson with you courtside. Good to be with you as always. One of the great stories emerging early in this NBA season is the return of Milwaukee Bucks point guard T.J. Ford. 2 seasons ago, as a rookie, Ford shook off all concern about his size and ability and made a nice splash in the NBA. His first game out, Ford nearly put a triple-double in the books. Tonight marks his first regular season home game since suffering this serious spinal cord injury on February 24th of 2004 when he fell hard here at the Bradley Center after a scary collision with Mark Madsen. Ford had spinal surgery the following May and missed all of last season, but back this season, progress was slow and painful because of swelling around his spinal cord, but he was able to get into full contact back in June. Now, the former University of Texas star believed throughout his ordeal that he would be back in the Bucks lineup, and he is there. He worked countless hours this summer in a Houston gym, honing his skills under the tutelage of former NBA player and coach John Lucas, who, by the way, played for the Bucks back in the late 80s. Now, during training camp and the exhibition season, Ford made an opportunity for himself to shake off the rust, showing a new confidence in his jumper, and he displayed the same quickness and ability to lead the fast break. All the stuff that made him jump off the page during his rookie season, Eric, and the Heat know they have his hands full with T.J. Ford.
Thank you, Jason. And the Bucks are too deep at point guard because in Ford's absence a year ago, Mo Williams started 80 games and played very well, so they have an excellent third guard coming in off the bench. Now, 7 teams in the NBA are at 2-0, 3 from the Central Division, the Pistons, the Pacers, and these Milwaukee Bucks. Tonight's game is being officiated by Bennett Salvatore, Bill Spooner, and Courtney Kirkland. D'Antoni premium on defense. The Heat want to play 48 minutes of quality defense tonight against a Bucks team that right now is second behind the Phoenix Suns, scoring 113.5 points in their first 2 outings.
Well, it's also impressive how they're doing it. They're getting second chance points going to the basket. They're number 1 in the league right now with second chance points. It's very early, but they're still doing a good job there. They're making their threes. They're taking people off the dribble. So the Heat do have a multitask here tonight defensively to try to slow them down and make them take tough shots.
First, the Bucks starting Jamal McGlure at center. They just acquired him in South Florida. Thanks for joining us as we embark on another Miami Heat NBA adventure. That should be a very entertaining game. Ford defending Jason Williams. Bobby Simmons on Antoine Walker. Here's Zoe for the hook. It drops.
You like Stan Van Gundy going right to Alonzo Mourning to start the game, telling everybody, hey, we're getting him off early. We're still going to go inside out with our offense, which he mentioned before the game.
Well, Jamal McGlure coming in a trade just a week or so ago for Desmond Mason, and he comes up short of a hook. And this is something the Bucks have done very well. Offensive rebound. Tony, in their opener, they out-rebounded the 76ers by 14. One night later, they out-rebounded the Nets by 4.
Well, we mentioned Andrew Bogut had 12 offensive rebounds himself for the first 2 games, 8 against the New Jersey Nets. So the Heat have to do a good job of bodying their man and all 5 guys going to defensive boards.
Antoine Walker won that tip, and the Heat get it back with a 2-0 lead, and Wade turns it over. Dwayne Wade is off to an excellent start in almost every category, averaging 27 points, 54% shooting, 8 boards, 8 assists a game. But, Coach, the turnovers still hurting him a little bit in the first 2 games this year.
Dwayne Wade picks up a foul there trying to guard Michael Redd going off a screen. That's the marquee matchup tonight, Dwayne Wade and Michael Redd.
This is Andrew Bogut. You know, he wasn't supposed to be a starter this year, but with the injury to Joe Smith, he's in there. And speaking of in there, Michael Redd, the 6-year man out of Ohio State, proving to be worth the maximum contract the Bucks awarded him in the offseason. 6 years, $91 million.
He's got that quick release. Dwayne Wade was right on him that time. He shot it with a lot of confidence and made it.
Speaking of confidence and making it, D-Wade off the dribble for his first 2.
You love the way he probes his way to the basket. He doesn't try to rush it.
Oh, what a setup. T.J. Ford slicing through the defense and dishing to McGlure for the slam dunk.
And with the way they can rebound now, Milwaukee, with a big front line, and with T.J. Ford at point guard, you know they want to run and get easy baskets.
Jason Williams off the spin, and it blocked out of bounds by Jamal McGlure. Still Heat ball.
We're talking about T.J. Ford and the 16 assists he had in the first game against Philly. Look the way he sets up his teammate. Perfect pass. Good way to start for him.
T.J. Ford out of Sugar Land, Texas. And yes, his game is sweet. 8 on the shot clock. Wade against the double team. Nice handoff by Jason Williams, and McGlure picks up the foul. Shot block hunting. He'll send Mourning to the strike.
Good job. The way that he can attack this defense is to penetrate, dish it off. Alonzo Mourning gets the ball and gets the foul, but give Jason Williams a lot of credit for getting into the heart of the defense.
Well, last year, as you look at Jason Williams, the 8-year vet out of the University of Florida. Last year, when Mourning was the starting center for Miami, the Heat fared well. They won 4 out of 5 games. Mourning also started 14 times early last season for the New Jersey Nets.
He thrives on challenges, Eric. For Alonzo Mourning now to come through with Shaq out, you know that he's biting at the bit to show that he can do this, and you got to have confidence he can.
Zoe has 3 of Miami's first 5 points. Here comes Redd, the left-hander off the dribble, ricochets off the rim to Zoe. Jason Williams getting ahead for Haslam, drives through for the bucket and the foul.
I think one thing you'll see with the Heat, if they can get that defensive rebound, they're going to get out and run just a little bit more than they would with Shaquille O'Neal on the team. There you see the pass ahead, good finish by Udonis, but it starts with the defensive rebound. So as long as guys are hitting those boards, the Heat has a faster team without Shaq in the game.
Well, Miami had 20 fast break points at Memphis, just 7 against Indiana. Stan Van Gundy said not enough stops against the Pacers to run. But he feels with Gary Payton, Jason Williams, Dwayne Wade, and Antoine Walker, the Heat have more than enough to run their fast break. Well, Jamal McGlure, the big cat inside, was an all-star 2 years ago. Tony, what an effective trade for them. They signed Bobby Simmons as a free agent in the offseason, made Desmond Mason expendable. They were a little top-heavy at the 3 spot, and they have really added size and strength with the addition of McGlure.
Yes, they did, and they have 4 new starters in there to go with Michael Redd. Great job by Larry Harris to put this team together.
Antoine Walker missing on the 3 ball. McGlure comes down with a rebound. And nearly stolen by Jason Williams. Ford finding Bobby Simmons, the former Clipper, and the 3 drops.
Most improved player in the NBA last season with the Clippers. As you mentioned, free agent pickup by the Bucks.
Tony, the Bucks are 16 for 33 from downtown in their first 3 games, including that splashdown.
The #1 in the NBA at 47% as a team coming into this game.
And they shot the 3s well in the preseason as well. 1-point lead Milwaukee. T.J. Ford makes it a 3-point lead for the Bucks.
Makes it hard to guard his jump shot because he's so quick, he can take you off the dribble. So you got to give him something. It's like picking your poison with this guy.
Yeah, the Bucks backcourt of Redd and Ford through the first 2 games, averaging 54 points per outing. 7 straight points scored by Milwaukee. They lead at 11-8 as Jason Williams' shot ricochets off. Ford always pushing the tempo. 1 bounce for Redd. Oh, Alonzo Mourning with a block. And underneath, this is Jamal McGlure hooking with the left hand.
Wow, 2 blocks in there by Alonzo Mourning, but the offensive rebounding by Milwaukee, they stuck with it. They now have a 9-point run on the Heat.
Well, the Bucks out rebounding Miami 5-1.
Welcome back. Jason Jackson with you here courtside. As Eric and Tony alluded to early in the broadcast, a serious summer of acquisitions and changes for the Milwaukee Bucks, trying to make themselves a playoff team. As we take a look at some of the transactions, as we see the #1 issue for the Bucks, re-signing Michael Redd, 6 years, $91 million. Got, of course, everybody settled in the paint, bringing in Jamal McGlure late in the preseason, just a few days before the regular season starts, and then the big signing of Bobby Simmons as well. As we lead to our Geico quote of the night, really Larry Harris has been kind of a star here in Milwaukee as a general manager of this team, getting things done, but he does have one regret, and it's the dealing with Terry Porter as the head coach. 6 weeks before his firing, he obviously put his arm around Terry Porter, as you might have seen at a press conference, saying that he was going to be the coach, and then 6 weeks later, let him go. As we take a look at the Geico quote of the game, Larry Harris had to say this, quote, what I wanted to take back has to do with how that went down. If I could change the timing, I would do that. But if I had a chance to do it over, I would. But I hope people would evaluate me on the complete package. And he's happy that he brought in, obviously, Coach Stotts and making that change, but just wish he handled it differently here.
Well, Jason, thanks a lot. The 42-year-old general manager Larry Harris has a fan in Senator Herb Cole, the owner of the Milwaukee Bucks, who recently awarded Harris a 2-year contract extension. And Larry enjoying the team's 2-0 start, as is the center. That's a traveling violation inside on Michael Redd. Well, the Heat have missed 7 of their first 10 shots in this game. Jason Williams off to an 0-for-4 start. The Bucks, meanwhile, have hit 6 of their first 10 shots, and they've scored the game's last 9 points.
Well, you know, with the 4 new starters, it didn't take this team long to mesh. You know, they did very well in the preseason. They're scoring a lot of points. And obviously, those first 2 wins on the road, they had a 14-game losing streak last year on the road as they ended the season. And they got those demons out of the way right away in Philadelphia and in New Jersey.
They went just 7-34 on the road last year. And, you know, both the wins for the Bucks, big come-from-behind efforts. They were down by 7 with 2 minutes left against Philadelphia. And they came from 16 down at New Jersey. Meanwhile, a lid on the basket for Miami, missing 10 of their first 13 shots. Bucks recycle 5 minutes into the game. This is Ford.
Don't blink, you'll miss Ford going by you.
Here's TJ. He's improved the perimeter shot. And oh my. Udonis Haslem, Antoine Walker, neither one able to grab that rebound.
Coach can live with that, Eric, because both guys were going for the defensive boards. You got to like the Heat going after that, but guys have to communicate a little better.
This is Michael Redd coming around the screen. Help from Mourning. The dump back into McGlure, and that's a traveling violation on the big cat. Jamal McGlure, the fifth-year man out of Kentucky. He was acquired, and a day or two later, boom, he's in the starting lineup as Milwaukee's top center.
Last two defensive sequences for the Heat. Udonis Haslem gave very good help defense off the ball. He caused 2 traveling violations.
Now the Heat over 3 minutes without a score until that Dwayne Wade layup. Second field goal for Dwayne, and that ends the 9-0 run for the Bucks. 6.5 left, first quarter. 13-10 Milwaukee as Simmons fires. And the rebound to Udonis Haslem. Jason Williams, stutter step move. Now Stan Van Gundy said his team would need better ball movement to create open shots. That's a blocking foul inside. And it'll go against the #1 pick in last June's draft, the big guy from the University of Utah, Andrew Bogut.
Bogut came over to help, but he was in the restricted area, and you've got to be outside the restricted area to draw that charge. And that time he got caught.
Andrew Bogut, through his first 2 games, averaging 11.5 points and 13 rebounds a game. Well, 13 rebounds, I know it's early, but it ranks him 3rd in the NBA in work off the boards behind Marcus Camby and Sean Marion.
Well, we mentioned at the opening that he has very good hands. You have to have good hands to be a good rebounder. And this guy is, and not only has good hands for the rebounds, but he also has good instincts. They like his basketball IQ. He's a very good passer.
Well, the Heat hitting just one of their first 4 free throws, and that comes on the heels of missing 15 foul shots Thursday night against the Pacers. TJ Ford, left wing Simmons for the jumper. And a good box out by Haslem on Bogut to clear the rebound. Heat still trailing by 3. Simmons defending Antoine Walker. Antoine loves going to his left. The jump hook sticks for his first field goal.
He faked a spin right there and just kept going with his left and finished.
Quick 3 for Redd. Kaboom! Boy, does TJ Ford hurry the tempo or what?
What a release. Both shots he's made so far, guys, were right in his kitchen, but he buried it anyway.
5 points for Redd, 3 assists for Ford. The backcourt for the Bucks getting it done. Haslem on the handoff. Wade ducks in. Udonis. Yep. Nice looking assist for Dwayne Wade, who came up with 10 assists Thursday night against the Pacers. That's the second hoop for Haslem in as many attempts. Heat trail by 2. Here's McGlure deep in the post, but the hook came up short, and the Heat control the board. Wade will try to attack Redd all night. Look at the spin. Nice swing. Walker's 3. In and out. And Wade keeps it for Miami. Dwayne's push. Yep. D-Wade getting it done.
What an active body Dwayne Wade has. Last year, 10 of the 11 games that Shaq missed, Dwayne was very good in those games. He played in 10 of the 11. His percentage went up to 54% from 47. So he rises to the occasion when Shaq's out.
Remember those 2 playoff games in Washington? One of them, Wade had 42 points without the Diesel. Just under 4 minutes left in the first quarter as Haslem misfires. And TJ Ford gets the outlet. Game is even at 16. The Heat bouncing back after the 9-0 run by the Bucks earlier in this quarter. Here's Simmons. And Mourning keeping McGlure away from the rebound. So the Heat doing a better job under the defensive board. And Jason Williams slows the pace for Miami. Wade on the pull-up. And that time a good box out and rebound by Andrew Bogut. Haslem helps on Ford. This is McGlure from 18 feet out. And this is going to be a foul on the Bucks, Bobby Simmons. First foul on Simmons. And that is the 4th team foul on the Bucks here in the first quarter as Milwaukee makes some changes. Jamal McGlure and Andrew Bogut sit down. Dan gets a reach. And the 37-year-old Tony Kukoc check into the game.
Eric, the Heat have good body and ball movement at the offensive end, and they're very active at the defensive end, bodying guys, keeping them off the boards, tapping the ball to each other. You like what you see right here.
Jason Capono into the game for Miami. Alonzo Mourning gets the early rest, and the Heat turn it over. And we have a timeout here in the Bradley Center. Just under 3 minutes left in an even first quarter.
And we're back here in Milwaukee. Let's take a closer look at a play a little earlier. You'll see Dwayne Wade over here in the corner. Watch as this play develops. There's going to be a screen right here. Here comes Williams, J.Williams off the screen. Watch what happens as his man rolls. Udonis Haslem's going to come up to the top of the key. There's going to be a dribble handoff with Wade. He's going to get into the lane. Good pass to Haslem for the wide open J. Stan Van Gundy talked about, even without Shaq, we want to be an inside-out team. That doesn't necessarily mean you throw it into the post. You can penetrate into the lane, draw defenders, and then hit the open man for the J. That was a play ran to perfection by the Heat that time.
Yeah, I'm sure Stan Van Gundy liked that one, Tony. He said earlier tonight, nobody forces defense to adjust like Shaquille O'Neal does, and he emphasized we're going to need great ball movement to create open shots. And the Heat getting it early on. Well, Heat fans, opportunities to enjoy Heat games in person still available. Take advantage. Individual tickets are limited, but on sale right now. Upcoming games include Yao Ming, T-Mac and the Rockets, Emeka Okafor and the Charlotte Bobcats, and the New Orleans, Oklahoma City Hornets. Don't miss your chance to see the Heat live. Log on now to Ticketmaster.com or call 1-800-4NBA-TICKETS. Tony Kukoc launching. Dan Gadger-Reach had his hand on it, but the Heat knock it out of bounds. Now, so far tonight, Udonis Haslem, 5 points and 5 rebounds. For the Bucks, Jamal McGlure leading the way with 6 points and 4 boards.
And Udonis Haslem now is the center for the Heat, with Antoine Walker as the power forward. Capono has come in at the small forward spot.
And this is Mo Williams launching from downtown and drilling it. Maurice Williams, the third-year guard out of Alabama, who started 80 games a year ago, coming off a 23-point outing against the Nets when he buried 4 triples in 6 tries.
He was 5 for 8 coming into this game in the 2 games. Now he's 6 for 9 from the 3-point line.
Tony, the Bucks have hit all 3 of their triples in this first quarter. They lead it by 3. 5 on the shot clock for the Heat. Jason Williams from downtown. And Jason Williams is 0 for 5.
Good ball movement by the Heat. They're getting good shots, good looks at the rim.
Well, the Bucks playing small ball right now. They got their 3-guard lineup in. Jason Capono guarding the very quick Mo Williams. Kukoc. The turnaround is way short, and Wade circles out with a rebound. Dwayne Wade, 6 points here in the quarter. The runner in and out, and Dwayne puts it right back in. 8 points for Wade, and the Heat trail the Bucks by 1. Dwayne's already taken 8 shots. He's made 4 of them.
His volume usually goes up when Shaq's out, but he shoots a better percentage.
Well, Williams, well, he had just a sliver of space, but he knocked it down. Williams with 5 points off the bench in just 2 minutes. This is a guy that was 13th in the league in assists last year, and you might remember back, he had an 18-point, 10-assist game against Miami a year ago. Minute left in this first quarter. Here's Capono from downtown. Kaboom! Jason Capono, who can shoot the lights out. He's 4 of 6 from downtown this year, and he is even this game at 21.
And Mo Williams was all over him in the corner. He just shot it and buried it.
This is TJ Ford. Jason Williams on him tightly. Ford jumper is good. 4 points for TJ Ford, and the Bucks guards, well, they can really get it going. Red, Ford, and Williams having brilliant starts to the season. Burst for Williams, and he scores right past Dan Gadger-Reach. Jason Williams with his first bucket ties the game at 23.
He made 2 of those shots the other night underneath Jermaine O'Neal's arm, and tonight he likes to get by the big guy and go it under his arm.
Tony, Miami has 16 points already in the paint. About a 3-second difference, shot clock and game clock, as Mo Williams is fouled by Capono. And that is only the second team foul on the Heat in the quarter, so it'll be a side out of bounds with 8 seconds to play in the period.
Smart play by the Heat. Use that foul. Now they have to reset, try to get a shot off with 8 seconds left rather than to get into some kind of rhythm with about 18-16 like they have.
And some boos for Gary Payton as he comes into the game. I'll tell you more about Payton's resume with Milwaukee in a moment. Oh my, Mo Williams, quick release from downtown. He's got 8 points in 3 minutes, and the Bucks are 4-4 from downtown. Payton lets it fly. Well, the Bucks motto could be, in guards we trust. The 3 guards, Red, Ford, and Williams, with 17 of Milwaukee's 26 first quarter points.
The leading 3-point shooting team in the NBA.
Well, the Milwaukee Bucks' early season success, backcourt related. Michael Red, 71 points in the season's first 2 games. That includes a career-high 41 at Jersey on Wednesday. T.J. Ford, oh, he's been terrific, averaging 18.5 points a game with 10 assists a contest. And the guy that started in Ford's place last year, Mo Williams, has become a spark off the bench, 23 against the Nets the other night. And thinking outside the bun, we could see a lot of the 3-guard lineups. The Bucks already have theirs in place. We open the second quarter here at the Bradley Center. Welcome back. Eric Reed with the coach, Tony Fiorentino, and Jason Jackson. Heat open the second quarter with Jason Williams and Gary Payton in the backcourt. Antoine Walker, Alonzo Mourning, and Jason Capono up front. For the Bucks, it's Red, Ford, Gadzuric, Kukoc, and Mo Williams. Walker into the lane for the hook. It drops. Antoine Walker very comfortable in the painted area.
He has that spin move back to the baseline, which set up that move. I think Kukoc thought he was going to come back. He didn't, and he just shot it over him.
So Terry Stotts enjoying the employment of this 3-guard look as Michael Red was hip-checked and fouled by Jason Capono. Well, in the first quarter, the Heat shot 41%. The Bucks at 44%. Mo Williams, the leading scorer for the Bucks. 8 points in 4 minutes. For the Heat, Dwayne Wade leading Stan Van Gundy's troops with 8 points and 3 rebounds. And Charlie Bell is checked into the game for the Bucks, the second-year man out of Michigan State. This is Dan Gadzuric, Mourning back in, defending. And a brick by Gadzuric, covered up by Gary Payton. Gadzuric overplaying Mourning, steal by T.J. Ford. Look at him go. Wow.
He faked a pass to Mo Williams, which set that up, the drive to the rim. We said this guy's a little bug. He's hitting his outside shot, Eric. He's very, very difficult to play, especially in the open court.
Walker thought about the triple, now drives in. Mourning with a one-hand stuffer off a beautiful dish from Antoine Walker.
Excellent penetration by Walker, got into the paint and fed it to Zoe.
5 points for Alonzo Mourning. Heat trail Milwaukee by 1. Payton defending Mo Williams, another very quick player. Oh my, 10 points for Mo Williams.
He's feeling it early in the season here. Sometimes when you really, when you get off to a good start, the rim looks like it's a lot wider than it is. You get a lot of confidence.
Williams went just 2 for 12 in their opener against Philadelphia, but he's been scorching since. As Mourning induces the foul on Dan Gadzuric. That's the first on the Bucks backup center.
We've talked about Antoine Walker's versatility. He's a 3-point shooter, so they got to go play him. He freezes the defender, gets into the lane, and sets up zone. Then, of course, you got T.J. Ford faking the pass to Mo Williams, taking it to the rim. He froze the defender. That's what he brings to the table in the open court.
Bucks have not gotten to the free throw stripe yet tonight. These are the 6th and 7th free throws taken by Miami. Haslam back into the game for the Heat. Antoine Walker gets his first rest. Walker sits with 4 points.
Right now, Stan Van Gundy is rotating 3 guys for those spots, the power forward spot and the center spot, between Walker, Haslam, and Mourning. He'll try to do that as long as he can. As long as they stay out of foul trouble, that'll work.
7 points for Alonzo Mourning. He's hit 3 of his first 4 at the free throw line. 9.5 to go, first half. Bucks lead the Heat by 1. This is Gadza reach, deflected by Payton, but taken by Charlie Bell, who will hoist from 3. And Mourning pulls down his 5th rebound of the first half. So Mourning and Haslam each with 5 boards. So sets the screen, and he was moving. Offensive foul on Alonzo. His first 5th turnover against Miami.
You know, once you set that screen, you got to let your teammate use it. You try to help him more by changing the angle of it, and obviously the officials are looking for, especially out there in the open court.
Heat winning the battle on the board so far, out rebounding the Bucks 16 to 10. That was a key coming into this game. 7 on the shot clock. Nice pass from Kukoc. Gadza reach, but what a block by Zone.
And again, Alonzo Mourning blocks a shot from nowhere and keeps it on the court, so his team can go get it.
His 2nd block of the first half. Gadza reach looked like he was cruising in for a dunk, and he was denied.
And how many times have we seen that from Alonzo Mourning?
Look at that, emphatic offensive play. Matter of fact, emphatic play on both ends of the court. The 7-time All-Star Alonzo Mourning looking like one at the moment. 9 points, 5 boards, and the 2 rejections.
He is the greatest warrior in the history of the Miami Heat. 18 years, that man.
Tony Kukoc able to knock in his first field goal of the game. Gives the Bucks the lead back with 8 minutes left in the 2nd quarter.
What Zoe has to do now, he has to find a little time in the game to get his rest, to get his wind back. And he's a veteran. He knows how to do that.
Capono drives in, double pumps and hits. And Jason Capono, don't let the great outside shooting fool you. His offensive game more complete than that, Tony. He can pass and get his way with the dribble.
We saw that in the preseason, Eric. He and Matt Walsh, you know, you don't get to see guys play a whole lot. Those 2 guys, they know how to play, they know how to pass, and Capono just a good, smart player.
Tony Kukoc hitting from downtown. The Bucks have buried 5 of 6 from 3-point land. That is incredible.
They're doing better, even better than the 47% they had coming into it after 2 games from the 3-point line.
Heat turnover. This is Mo Williams. Back to Kukoc. Oh my, what a play by Tony Kukoc, setting up Dan Gadza reach.
Well, that was luck right there. I don't think Kukoc really saw him. He just saved it under his own basket. Just happened to be, you know, Gadza reach with the benefit of it.
Now the Bucks bench getting a standing ovation. They've outscored the Heat reserves 17-5.
Just make it difficult on ourselves with some simple academic basketball things. I mean, you make the game very, very hard when you turn the ball over, and you make the game very hard when you miss free throws. So it's 2 things we've got to get a lot better at to have a chance to win games like this.
That was Stan Van Gundy following the loss Thursday night to Indiana. In that game, the Heat missed 15 free throws and turned it over 17 times. Now tonight, Miami's making free throws, but 6 first-half turnovers resulting in 9 Milwaukee points. And Tony, I'll tell you what, the Bucks are not only good, they're exciting and they're fun to watch.
And they're fast enough and quick enough to take advantage of your turnovers. So this is not the team you want to turn the ball over against.
Charlie Bell defending Dwayne Wade, who gets the screen from Mourning. In the corner, he pumps and draws the foul. And Charlie Bell picks up the foul. The undrafted Charlie Bell, a 26-year-old second-year man. He had 7 games of NBA experience back in the 2001-2002 season. He spent a short time with Phoenix and Dallas. Last year, he averaged 27 points per game in the Spanish League, but this is a guy best known for his days at Michigan State. He went to 3 straight Final Fours and enjoyed 4 straight Big Ten championships.
Well, he's got a guard, Dwayne Wade, and you like Stan Van Gundy's choice. Not a hard one, coming out of the timeout. The other team's on a roll. You go to your best player, and he draws the foul.
And Wade gets 1 out of 2. 9 points for Dwayne in this first half. He and Mourning lead the Heat with 9. Mo Williams leading the Bucks with 10. Andrew Bogut back in. He had 4 rebounds and did not take a shot in the first quarter and did not see the Mo Williams fastball screeching in his direction. 37-34, Bucks on top. 6.5 left here in the second quarter. And again, Gary Payton hearing the boos. Now, Payton played 28 games with the Bucks back in the 2002-2003 season. He silences the boos for the moment with the jumper. Tony, you remember he came over in the trade for Ray Allen and then left the Bucks as a free agent the following year.
Yeah, that's why they're booing him. That last play, Dwayne Wade penetrated and hit Payton on the baseline, just like he did to Udonis earlier.
Oh, good-looking hook shot there for Jamal McGlure. Give him 8 points, and the Bucks a lead of 3.
When you score over Zoe, you've earned it.
Well, the Bucks have a lot of options on the offensive end. We have a timeout here with 5:49 left in the first half. The unbeaten Bucks leading the Heat by 3. On a rainy night in Milwaukee, we welcome you back to the Bradley Center with tonight's edition of Who's Hot and Who's Not, brought to you by Gatorade. Yes, the Central Division is scorching, maybe the best division in the NBA. The Bucks, the Pistons, and the Pacers all off to 2-0 starts. And how about the winless? 7 teams are still winless. The 76ers are the first to reach 0-3. And there's the 47-year-old Terry Stotts, a native of Bloomington, Indiana, getting his second chance as an NBA head coach. Played 4 years at Oklahoma, 4 years in the CBA, longtime assistant to George Karl, and was the head coach briefly for the Atlanta Hawks. Here's Haslam, 17-footer. Kaboom! Udonis Haslam having a very efficient night. 7 points, 5 boards, and 3 for 4 shooting. So as hot as the Bucks are, Tony, the Heat staying right on their heels.
How about Dwayne Wade? 9 points, 3 assists, 3 rebounds so far.
This is Bobby Simmons, guarded by Capono. Mourning with great help coming over from the weak side and the rebound. Could you ask for more out of your backup center?
He's just amazing. We mentioned it the other night. We thought he was in the best. Looks like he's in the best shape of his career, which is unbelievable after what he's been through.
Here's Mourning's hook. It drops. You know, we said the other night that Mourning could start for at least 10 teams in the NBA. Now he's starting for the Heat and supplying very good relief for the injured Shaquille O'Neal tonight. Dwayne Wade off to the races with a rebound. 3-on-1 break. He keeps. Oh, and he missed the jam, but he drew the foul on Bogut. What an emphatic drive to the hoop by Wade.
Bogut's never had a guy like Wade running at him before. I'm sure he didn't know what to do. But Dwayne Wade fakes the pass and takes it in himself. And Bogut fouls him right on the arm. Wade would have had the dunk.
Hint to the Aussie. When you see number 3 streaking in your direction,
you're in trouble.
Take shelter. Now Mo Williams goes to the bench. Charlie Bell, actually TJ Ford and Michael Redd come back in. Charlie Bell and Mo Williams sit down. Well, last year, Dwayne averaged almost 10 free throw attempts a game. Tonight, he's already got 10 points in this game.
10 for 13 the other night against the Indiana Pacers from the free throw line.
And 3 for 4 from the stripe so far tonight. Well, the Heat in front by 3, 42-39, and Miami continues to out-rebound the Bucks right now by 8. Bogut against Antoine Walker. The big rook turning right on Antoine, gets his own mess and puts it back in.
Boy, Antoine did a real nice job on the initial thrust of the defense, but he didn't body out Bogut, who got his own rebound and put it back.
His first points come off his 5th rebound. Here's Dwayne. Payton, topside 3. Kaboom!
Awful Wade pass and penetration and pass again.
5th assist for Dwayne Wade. Gary Payton, 5 points off the bench, and the Heat are up by 4, which matches Miami's biggest lead.
And again, Udonis Haslam is at that center position, giving Zoe a blow with Antoine Walker at the power forward.
Michael Redd on the blow-by. 7 points for Redd. Bucks trail by 2.
What you try and do with this, Eric, what Stan's trying to do is buy some minutes with Zoe on the floor, on the bench, until you get him back into the game.
Miami shooting 53% from the field in this first half. Pick and pop for Haslam. That one off the iron, taken down by T.J. Ford, who already has 6 points and 6 assists. Looking for Bogut on the lob. He misses inside. And Haslam sweeps the glass, and here comes Wade. Leaves it for Antoine from downtown. Kaboom! Another setup off the penetration of Wade, and Walker with his first triple tonight has 7 points.
Every assist tonight by Dwayne Wade has come off a penetration and pass to an open teammate.
Well, Miami now with its biggest lead of the first half at 5 with 2:53 left in the second quarter. The Heat do look cohesive. Thanks for joining us here at the Bradley Center on Sun Sports. The Heat over the last 4 minutes with a 15-6 run. Well, Heat fans want to attend a Heat game at the American Airlines Arena? Best way to get in on the action is with group tickets. You bring your friends, your co-workers, family, or classmates, and check out the Heat experience. Group tickets guarantee the best available seats all season long. Get your hands on these tickets. Call 786-777-DUNK. And with more on Heat tickets, let's check in with our courtside reporter, Jason Jackson.
Yes, Eric, coming up on the Miami Heat halftime report, we will have tickets, and more tickets, availability, and procedure. Plus, we'll take a peek at the newest edition of the Emmy-nominated series Inside the Heat as the new season continues. And we will have a peek at the new edition coming up, a look back at the Summer League and all the activities there. That and more coming up on the Miami Heat halftime report.
We'll look forward to that, Jax.
Jax, I got a new name for Jax, man. George Gervin, baby. Last year I called him Earl the Pearl. Now he's George Gervin because he's so smooth.
I was wondering what the inference was. These are the first Buck free throws of the game. And Michael Redd makes them both. 9 points for Michael Redd in this game. The Heat with a 3-point lead and a lineup of Payton, Williams, Capono, Walker, and Haslam. Gary Payton's corner 3 ball. And on the rebound of Jamal McClure. 5 boards for McClure. Bucks led by Mo Williams, 10 points. Michael Redd with 9, and there's the steal from the glove. This is Capono. Walker slips the screen, gets the behind-the-back free from Jason Williams. Leads it for Haslam, who's swarmed. 8 on the shot clock. Good ball movement. Haslam's jumper is good, and the Heat earn that bucket.
Excellent ball movement. You said it, Eric. The Heat are really in tune with each other. They're penetrating. They're not. That time the ball was fumbled a few times. They stayed with it. Haslam wound up with a baseline J.
9 points for Haslam on 4 for 6 shooting. Coach, the Heat operating cohesively, shooting 53% in the half. Redd drives in past Payton. Well, you know Michael Redd from his perimeter game, but he's been good off the dribble tonight.
And you know Zoe's not in the game because if Redd goes to the boards with Zoe there, he's always a presence.
11 points now for Redd as Walker aims the 3, comes up short. And here comes Milwaukee with Redd at the throttle. Payton there to meet him. And at 22 remaining in this second quarter. Bobby Simmons over the top of Capono for the bucket. 5 points for Bobby Simmons, who raised his scoring average by almost 9 points per game last year to average 16 points for the Clippers and winning the league's most improved player award.
Clearly won it. He was almost a unanimous choice. Not unanimous, but he really had a great year, and he's overpowering Capono a little bit at that small forward spot because he's bigger and he's a little stronger.
Jason Williams now with 4 points and 4 assists. I guarantee it wasn't unanimous because I voted for Dwayne Wade.
It was overwhelming, though. He won by a wide margin. That's what I was trying to say.
3-point Miami lead. 40 seconds to go, second quarter. Redd pitching back for Bobby Simmons, who steps inside the arc and misses. And Haslam in a crowd comes down with a rebound. Udonis with 7 first-half rebounds. Payton almost lost it. And the Heat will run a set play here. Jason Williams, pitch back for Walker's three. And again came up short.
He's short on him just a little bit. You mentioned it earlier. If he's aiming that shot, he's got to shoot it. Get that extension from the arm. He's got Bogut on him, so he's going to get open shots on the perimeter.
Ford's triple up and over the top, and the Heat will get it back with 0.7 of a second to go in this first half. I think this would be probably the best defensive effort in a first half this season for Miami. Well, Miami playing well together without Shaquille O'Neal tonight. Alonzo Mourning 11 points and 6 boards. Dwayne Wade with 11 points. And Udonis Haslem 9 points and 7 rebounds. So the Heat trying to ruin the Bucks home opener. Hope you're enjoying the action with us. Halftime straight ahead here on Sun Sports. Welcome back on Sun Sports here to the Bradley Center in Milwaukee on a rainy Saturday night. Hope you're enjoying the weekend and your Heat basketball high-quality first half. The Heat adjusting to life without the big fella, Shaquille O'Neal. They played very well in the first half. And let's head outside the Heat locker room where Jason Jackson is standing by with Heat assistant coach Keith Askins.
Eric, thank you very much. Coach Askins, talk to us about how you guys overcame those early shooting woes and got back in this one before halftime.
Simply ball movement. The ball started moving around, and guys getting open looks, and they're making shots. You know, it's a rhythm thing, and I think when the ball finds the right person, there's no mistake that the ball goes in the basket.
Talk about how you maintain the Milwaukee guards in the second half so you can maintain this lead. They're having a nice outing themselves tonight.
Well, hey, they're good. They're good pro players. T.J. Ford is one of the quickest players in the league. Michael Redd, one of the better shooters. They got a good kid in Williams coming off the bench. Just got to try and stay in front of them as much as possible and make them work for every shot. No easy shots, but every shot has to be contested, and a man has to be in front of him. We want to make them work in the pick and roll game, blitz them, meaning trap them as much as possible, and just see if we can control the boards like we're doing. We're having a good night on the boards right now, and that's another key. If we continue to do that, we could come out here with a win.
All right. Good luck in that second half, Coach. Good to be back with you this season.
Right on.
All right. Very good. Right on and right on. Let's head back out to the center court table.
All right, thanks very much, Jason. Keith Askins, the former Alabama star, giving Mo Williams, another Alabama guy, a little pop at halftime. They're agreed with the coach, Tony Fiorentino, and I would think that Stan Van Gundy would be very pleased with the way his team attacked that first half on both ends.
On offense, they moved their bodies, they moved the ball, got good open shots. Dwayne Wade penetrating, Antoine Walker penetrating, hitting the open shots. At the other end, the Heat are clogging up the middle. They're bodying their man against a very good rebounding team. So obviously you have to like what's going on right now, and the Heat have to maintain this for another 2 quarters.
That's all.
That's all. 24 minutes.
Then we head home. The Nets and the Heat on Monday night. But before we get this second half started, let's go to the coach's first half highlight reel.
We're going to show you some good stuff here. Let's go to the reel. Alonzo Mourning getting 2 of his points tonight. 4 for 6 from the floor. Dwayne Wade, 2 of his 11, and then a great assist, 1 of his 6 assists to Udonis Haslem. Then, of course, you got the enforcer at the other end, Alonzo Mourning, not only blocking it, but starting a fast break for the Heat. The Bucks, what have they been doing tonight? They've got 27 points from their guards. TJ right there, Ford shooting the J. You got Mo Williams hitting the J. And, of course, their leading scorer, Michael Redd, the lefty. We told you this guy is quick, fast, loves to get to the basket. So the Heat want to do a little bit better job on the guards if they can. And then that will open it up a little bit for the guys to go to the defensive board so they don't get out of defensive positioning.
As you look at our first half numbers, brings to mind what Stan Van Gundy said about Dwayne Wade without Shaquille O'Neal earlier tonight. He said it's going to be easier for defenses to load up against Wade Stan said Dwayne will have to stay patient and not try to do too much, simply execute the offense, and I think the Heat and Wade have followed Stan's advice to a T.
Well, that's exactly what Milwaukee's trying to do. Is they're trying to gang up on Wade when he gets in the lane, and he's using his passing skills tonight more than going to the rim. He's not forcing it. He's taking what they giving him, and that's a sign of a good, smart player.
Alonzo Mourning, a man who has gone to war with Miami over 430 games in a Heat uniform, and now back as a starter with Shaquille O'Neal out for a minimum of 2 weeks with that sprained right ankle. Heat fans, glad you are with us on this Saturday night in Milwaukee. Third quarter underway. Heat up 3. Bobby Simmons lets it fly, bottoms up. 7 points for Simmons. So the Bucks going with Andrew Bogut, Jamal McGlure, and Simmons up front. Michael Redd and T.J. Ford, the guards. The Heat with Wade and Jason Williams in the backcourt. Mourning, Antoine Walker, and Udonis Haslem up front. Heat shot 51% in that first half as Wade got clobbered coming into the lane.
He saw a little hole in the defense, and he shot right through there and drew the foul.
Jamal McGlure picking up his second foul. Dwayne Wade constantly attacking either for scores or to set up dishes. He had 6 assists with 4 rebounds and those 11 first half points. Of course, a year ago, Dwayne Wade breaking through as an all-star. Was second team All-NBA and second team All-Defense. Dwayne setting single season Heat records for points per game, and free throws made a year ago.
And how about raising his game to a higher level in the playoffs?
That he did. Averaged 27 points a game in the postseason. Has a dozen points tonight and has given the Heat a lead of 2. High post feed by Bogut to Michael Redd. McGlure loses the handle. This is Jason Williams streaking ahead for the score.
Good defense by Williams. He smelled out that play. He got in the passing lane, finished at the other end.
He'd have scored 8 points off 6 Milwaukee turnovers. Biggest lead for either team has been 5 points in this very evenly played Eastern Conference tilt. Wade almost losing the handle. Dishing for a dunk by Zoe. Oh, what a play. Mourning's second jam. He has 13 points, and Wade now with 7 assists.
And Alonzo Mourning was averaging 18 minutes in the first 2 games, played 16 in the first half. We talked about how he's going to have to play longer minutes with Zoe out, and he's doing an excellent job.
He's doing a very solid job keeping the Bucks to 1 shot. This lead of 6 is Miami's biggest lead all night. Steal by Redd, 2-on-1 break. Only Williams is back. And Michael Redd with a red carpet into the hoop. 13 points for Michael Redd. The Heat lead is 4. T.J. Ford going under the screen. Walker back to Williams from downtown. Got it. Jason Williams, he's warming up after missing 5 of his first 6 shots. 9 points for Williams, 5 of them here in the third quarter.
He's struggling a little bit in the early part of the season with his outside shooting, but you know he can make that shot, and he's got to stick with it.
Miami up by 7, but the foul there is against Miami's Jason Williams.
How about Jason Williams' jump shot? He goes behind the screen. Walker does a nice job of drawing defenders. That leaves J.Will wide open, and he buried it.
First foul on Jason Williams, sending T.J. Ford to the stripe. These are just the 3rd and 4th free throws of the game for the Bucks. Well, you're so happy that the young man from Texas, the 8th pick in the 2003 draft, is back after suffering the severe injury, the bruised spinal cord, which forced him to miss all of last season. And he's back better than he was as a rookie. Some rigorous rehab and a very strong offseason work with John Lucas, improving his overall game and his outside shot.
It's not gun shy at all. He's taking the ball into the lane, taking the hits. good sign for him.
Yeah, they said a big deal for him was scrimmaging in summertime workouts. The first time he got knocked to the floor and was able to get back up and feel okay. That was a big, big thing for TJ Ford's recovery. 3 minutes into the third quarter. Miami leading Milwaukee by 6. Bucks are 2-0 on the year. The Heat 1-1. 7 on the shot clock. Good defense by Williams, but Ford able to convert. 8-point. Actually 9 points now for TJ Ford with 7 assists.
He likes that step back move. He's taking his man to the basket. You got to try to catch up. He plants that foot and backs up and shoots a J over him.
Ford, only 22 years old, left the University of Texas after his sophomore year. Wade got out of trouble with a dish for Jason Williams. The triple comes out, but Haslam right there, and the Heat with a fresh shot clock. Well, the Heat really rebounding well tonight. Wade all the way in, had the ball knocked from him out of bounds. It'll be Heat possession with still 16 seconds on the shot clock.
Well, you love the hard work of Udonis Haslam. The Heat benefit from that. They get another possession of the ball. This guy just works so hard. It's very difficult to keep him off the offensive boards.
Udonis, a 14-point, 8-rebound game against the Pacers Thursday night. Tonight, U with 9 points and 8 rebounds. Heat out rebounding the Bucks at this moment by 8. Mopping up where Wade splashed down.
You get a little rest in there. Okay, not done yet.
Antoine Walker not happy. And now we're ready. Pass by Williams, knocked into the bench by Bobby Simmons, right toward Bucks assistant coach Lester Connor, former NBA guard.
Good guy. Lester Connor's a good guy. You like to see a guy like that on the bench. Does a nice job for them.
Walker's pass deflected, stolen by TJ Ford. Right down the middle with a dish for Simmons. Boy, they are good on the run.
That's 4 of their points this half. Came off turnovers so far. Kind of what Stan Van Gundy's talking about. Once in a while, you got to fake a pass to make it. That time, Antoine Walker threw the ball away.
9 points for Simmons, 8 assists for Ford. Wade on the keeper will draw the foul. And Wade will go to the free throw strike. Bobby Simmons picking up his second.
There's the steal. See Ford coming down the floor. He's going to set his man up. Good bounce pass, good finish.
Now, people forget TJ Ford as a rookie played in 55 games and made the second team all-rookie squad. You know, his very first game, he almost had a triple-double. 11 points, 11 assists, and 7 rebounds. And the Bucks, as Stan Van Gundy pointed out, were playing very well 2 years ago up until the Ford injury. And without him last year, did they ever struggle, losing 52 of their 80 games.
Well, you need a good quarterback. There's no doubt about that, both in football and basketball. And he's shown why he's so important to this team.
Dwayne Wade with 14 points. He comes up with a steal. Look out, guy with a mop. The reverse jam for Dwayne Wade.
That guy got out of there in a hurry, baby. You know what, Wade coming at you. Especially with a mop in your hand.
Get your mop and scram. 16 points now for Wade with 7 assists and 4 boards. This is Simmons. He is very effective from mid-range after scoring just 5 points in the first half. Bobby Simmons, the Chicago native, has 6 here in the third quarter.
Solid basketball player. This guy has really become proficient on the basketball court.
Tony, he was a second-round pick out of DePaul back in 2000. This is Red off the turnover. He missed the layup, and Mourning holds on to the rebound. Well, the Heat dodge a bullet there. Haslam on the run. Oh, my, he missed the dunk. But Wade comes up with a rebound.
What a good job by Zoe, staying with that play down at the other end to get the rebound.
Williams pitching back long. Walker 3. Oh, he hit it from Sheboygan.
I like that. And he returned the compliment. It was Walker giving it to Williams before. Now Williams gives it back for Antoine's 3.
Sheboygan, a town in Wisconsin, north of here.
I know. We saw that on the map coming in.
10 points for Antoine Walker. A pair of triples in this game. Heat again lead by 7, equaling their largest lead from earlier in this quarter. Foul is on Alonzo Mourning for Miami, his second. Well, thanks for joining us here at the Bradley Center in Milwaukee. Exclusive coverage all season long on Sun Sports with yours truly, Eric Reed, the coach, Tony Fiorentino, and Jason Jackson. And even without Shaq Daddy, the Heat, a very enjoyable team to watch. Been a good game and a lot more left. We'll be right back in just a moment. Well, Shaquille O'Neal, the NBA's most dominating player, and even he can succumb to injuries. Remember last February, missed 3 games after straining his knee against the Bulls. And that thigh bruise, thanks to the knee of Jermaine O'Neal last April, really compromised Miami's chances in the playoffs. And how ironic against that very same Indiana team Thursday night. Ouch! Landed on Ron Artest's foot. The right ankle gets twisted rather dramatically, and the sprained right ankle will keep Shaquille O'Neal sidelined for a minimum of 2 weeks, which would include the next 6 games. Now, last year, the Heat went 6-3 in the regular season without him, 8-3 overall when you factor in the 2 road wins in the playoffs at Washington. And tonight, the Heat playing well without the Diesel. Miami leading 67-60. We're halfway through the 3rd quarter here in Milwaukee. Bobby Simmons using the up fake to draw the foul on Jason Capono. That's Capono's 3rd foul and Miami's 3rd team foul. Actually, the 4th team foul on the Heat. So Bobby Simmons will go to the free throw line and shoot twice.
Simmons has been hitting that shot lately, so Capono wanted to get up and try to contest it. Simmons knew that, gave him a fake, and drew the foul.
Now, Capono has never put this much attention on the defensive end of the floor, but he's catching on slowly but surely.
Well, you got to like it. He is getting better with every game. He looks like he's a better defender now than he was in the preseason when we saw him play.
Bobby Simmons with 8 of his 13 points here in the 3rd quarter. Antoine Walker maneuvering in on Andrew Bogut, who knocked it free. And Walker comes out of there, holding his thumb a bit. Simmons baseline for Bogut, who got ahead of Walker.
Antoine was slow getting back on defense because he was trying to rub that sore hand of his. And then they score on him not getting back.
Remember, both Milwaukee's wins on the road at Philly and at New Jersey were come-from-behind victories. Wade, he was fouled by Red without the call. Walker faking the 3, driving in, and losing it, but we get a foul, and it will go on Miami.
That time there was no spacing on that pass. He tried to throw it to Udonis down low, but he was too close to him. Yeah, you see what Stan's saying right there? Throw the ball out to the shooters. Don't try to hit another interior player.
Foul was on Antoine Walker, his first of the game. Now the Bucks have the last 4 points. Capono fell to the ground. That leaves Simmons open, and an unwise move by Jamal McClure. Capono had slipped across the court. McClure did not have to set that screen, but he picks up his 3rd foul, and the Heat catch a break. Jason Williams on the walk into the front court. Both teams shooting over 50% in this very entertaining game. Wade's turnaround, that's a tough shot. And T.J. Ford with a rebound.
Yeah, he was posting it a little too far out.
Ford all the way in. His pass from McClure is derailed by Haslam. And look at the hustle by Ford. No change on the shot clock. It's down to 10. Well, the energetic Ford has it right back. Good D by Jason Williams. That's a tough shot. And Wade has has his 6th rebound.
Good defensive sequence for the Heat, especially J.Will not letting TJ Ford score.
Great tip in by Haslam. He waited around that rim till it spun out.
That's exactly what he did. He hung in the air so he wouldn't goaltend, and then when he felt he could tip it, he did. Great timing by Udonis Haslam.
11 points and 9 rebounds for Udonis. Oh, what a pass. Simmons for Andrew Bogut. That's his second uncontested dunk here in the 3rd quarter.
He got behind the defense that time. It's tough to see a guy and see the ball when a guy's that deep.
Under 4 minutes left here in the 3rd quarter. A tug-of-war NBA style here at the Bradley Center. The unbeaten Bucks here in their home opener trail the Miami Heat by 3. Well, let's open up the Bucks history. They've had some very outstanding #1 picks. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar out of UCLA. Kent Benson, who helped lead Indiana to a national championship. Big dog Glenn Robinson came out of Purdue as the nation's #1 scorer. And then this June, Andrew Bogut, a native of Australia, Melbourne to be exact, was the #1 pick in the NBA draft. And, you know, the Bucks had only a 6.3% chance of winning the lottery, and they did. I think I'm buying a lottery ticket as soon as I get home.
Well, you know, they came through for him, and you know, it's great. Certain years, it doesn't mean as much. When you got a guy like this who can, you know, come in as a big player and do all that kind of stuff, man, that's a great time to get it.
Andrew Bogut, who turns 21 later this month. Let's learn more about the young man from Melbourne, Australia. Here's Jason Jackson.
Eric, as you alluded to earlier, Bucks head coach Terry Stotts had a plan of using Bogut off the bench, but since Joe Smith is working back from his knee injury, Bogut got his chance with the starting 5. After all, Milwaukee has won their first 2 games coming into this contest, as we know, thanks to performances of 13-9 and 10-17. Bogut is averaging a very healthy double-double. Before the season, Coach Stotts said he thought the team had a better chance of making the playoffs with the veteran Joe Smith in the lineup rather than Bogut, but that had nothing to do with the rookie's readiness, which was never in question. Now, Bucks owner Herb Cole conducts interviews with all the team's prospects and said Bogut was the best to date. He showed up in a suit and tie with a resume in hand. Now, that's preparation.
You know, Andrew Bogut knew he was not only meeting the owner of the Bucks, but the senator from the state of Wisconsin.
He did his homework. Good job. He may want a job when his career's over.
Andrew Bogut just picked his 3rd foul up. You know, Jason was exactly right. Joe Smith penciled in as the starter at power forward, but Smith has been troubled by a sore knee right through training camp. They do expect, and Joe Smith was a former #1 pick in his draft out of Maryland. Smith and the recently acquired Yuri Welsh expected to come off the inactive list in time for Tuesday night's game against the Golden State Warriors.
Something tells me that that man may not get his starting spot back. The officials were gathering right there as we were talking, Eric, to decide whether Dwayne Wade got fouled going to the basket or should get the ball on the side.
Another very well-rounded game for the 23-year-old star, Dwayne Wade. 17 points, 7 assists, 6 rebounds. And Wade is 8 of 10 at the free throw line. Remember, we told you 10 free throw attempts a game a year ago. He was 12 of 17 at the stripe tonight, and they've held the Bucks to just 6 free throw attempts in this game. And all of a sudden, Red, blasting by Wade, gets the bucket and the foul.
Here comes 7. He likes to take the ball to the baseline on that left side. He's left-handed. You know, obviously that's a move that he likes. The problem with that move, if you overplay his left hand, he likes to spin back to the middle. So if you're a defender, what do?
Michael Red, part of his incredible scoring binges early in the season, is getting to the free throw line. Red getting 17 free throw attempts in each of his first 2 games. Tonight he's been to the line just 3 times.
Good defense by Dwayne Wade, not allowing him to get to the line, and the interior defense of the Heat.
Just over 3 minutes left, 3rd quarter. Wade draws another foul. Dwayne, right from the outset in his NBA career, and it's only gotten better. He is really unguardable. Foul there was on Michael Red. That is the first foul tonight on Red.
Eric, since he added that jump shot last year over his rookie year, that's when he became unguardable. Guys would play off him his rookie year, invite him to shoot the J, And now they can't do that because he can hit that shot. And now you know what he's doing now? He's working on that three-point shot in practice.
Yes, he is. Even though he will not go on record saying so, you can see him putting in the extra time after practice, extending his range. By the way, the mop guy is out again. He's had a very busy night here at the Bradley Center.
That's an interesting mop.
Oh, mop boy. 3-point Heat lead. 3 minutes to go, third quarter. Shot clock is down to 5. Mourning checks that shot clock, gets busy. And it's an offensive foul. Mourning thought the bucket would count. Bennett Salvatore says, no, sir.
Nah, not in the NBA. You get an offensive foul, there's no continuation. Maybe in college you can count it. Now he stuck his left elbow into Bogut.
Terry Stotts liked the defensive work of his rookie, and Stotts said of Bogut, young man has a very high basketball IQ. Here's Simmons alone from three-point land. And Alonzo Mourning from the secondary position behind Bogut, able to grab his 9th rebound of the night.
You called it, Eric. He didn't have position on that play, but he created it by going over the top of everybody trying to get the rebound inside him.
He'd swing it to Wade for the pull-up. And Bogut, both hands on his 6th rebound. DJ Ford got to circle back and wait for help. Gary Payton defending Ford. See how Payton left his feet, but still able to control his body, not committing the foul. And the loose ball picked up by Simmons, and he throws it into the backcourt for Tony Kukoc.
Stan Van Gundy wants a backcourt call, but the officials are saying that he didn't have possession of the ball.
Look out! Alonzo Mourning sending that shot out of bounds. The 3rd block shot for Zoe in the game.
How many times do you see him come out of nowhere? It looks like a guy's got an easy shot at the basket. Watch Zoe come into your picture. Wow, that man's got great timing.
7 blocks in 3 games for the Heat's all-time leader in shot blocks. Mourning also the number 2 scorer in the history of the Miami Heat franchise.
He had 21 block shots in 7 preseason games.
Averaging only 16 minutes a game. One of the game's great shot blockers of all time. Ferocious defensive intensity. And that's a shot clock violation on the Bucks.
This is what you talk about in training camp about help defense by the Heat. Good position before the man makes the drive. Guys jumping to the ball, being there to help their teammates out. Good defensive rotation for the Heat tonight.
Minute 32 left, third quarter. Heat lead by 3, 71-68. Haslam's jumper is good.
Good pass by Payton. So he had nothing down in that low post trying to post up TJ Ford. And Udonis's shot has come back. That man is shooting the J.
13 points and 9 rebounds for Udonis Haslem.
He struggled a little bit in the preseason with the jump shot, but he's such a strong-minded individual. You knew he was going to get back to the good form on the shot.
Haslam 6 of 9 from the field tonight. A minute 3 left in the third quarter, and the steal from Haslam, hopping in front of that TJ Ford pass. Gary Payton turns the corner, spins the other way. This is Capono. Oh, he ran into his own man, Haslam, but still scored. And the former UCLA Bruin gives the Heat a 7-point lead with his 7th point.
Udonis is so used to drawing charges, he got one on Capono that time. Oh, man. Come on, UD.
Well, this is the third 7-point lead of the third quarter for Miami, and Red with a spinning triple. That's his 2nd triple of the game. He has 7 of his 18 points here in the third period.
All right, looks like he's jacking one up and everything's going crazy, and he buries it.
So Red and Wade each have 18 points. Wade double team. Wade gets it back. Corner to Payton for the 3-pointer. Wade tips it out, but it goes out of bounds, and they say last touch by the Bucks, although Bennett Salvatore overruled by Courtney Kirkland, and the Bucks will get possession with 10.5 seconds left in the period.
Wade was trying to tap that to Capono, but the Heat is so conscious of getting back on defense, in transition defense. So he's trying to tap it to Capono, but he just left. You see him in the middle of your screen there. Capono left to go play defense, and the ball went out of bounds.
Dwayne Wade goes out. Jason Williams comes back in. Wade sits with the 3 fouls. Stan does not want him to pick up a 4th here in the closing moments of the 3rd quarter. In the hands of Red. Oh! What a drive! 20 points from Michael Red. Williams, good if it goes. And it almost did. Well, Michael Red, in a flurry to end the 3rd quarter, gets 9 of his 20 points in that period to cut the Heat lead to 2.
He just made a long 3-point shot, so you don't want him to put that in. Then he takes practically the whole Heat squad and finishes. The Heat are up 2 going into the 4th quarter.
Thanks for joining us Saturday night with the Miami Heat here at the Bradley Center in Milwaukee. 4th quarter just underway with the Heat leading the Bucks 75-73. Lonzo Mourning called for traveling. Well, the Heat open the 4th quarter with Jason Williams, Jason Capono, Gary Payton, Antoine Walker, and Alonzo Mourning. The Bucks going with their 3-guard lineup of Michael Red, Mo Williams, and T.J. Ford. Up front, they have Andrew Bogut and Tony Kukoc. Tony Fiorentino, the Heat at 51%, the Bucks shooting 50%. Miami with a 30-19 advantage in the rebound department.
And the Bucks were averaging 9 more rebounds a game in the first 2 games over their opponents, so the Heat are doing a really good job on the boards. Stan Van Gundy is sitting Udonis Haslem right now because Udonis will come back in for Zoe to give him a break somewhere in the middle of his 4th quarter.
Lonzo Mourning has the first double-double of his season, 13 points, 10 rebounds in his first start of the year. Now that helps. Antoine Walker, 12th point of the game. Walker more effective inside than outside tonight.
Whatever it takes.
Walker recovers to Kukoc, who gets by him. Rebound inside Red. Walker knocked it away with his quick hands. And here comes Payton. Walker. Williams inside for Mourning, but it was knocked away by Bogut. This is Mo Williams. And good hands by Capono.
Yes.
He knocked it away and knocked it off the leg of Mo Williams. Heat ball.
Good, yeah, you mentioned it. Good smart play by Capono. Williams tried to get the ball into Zoe at the other end. Watch this play coming into your living room. Good hands by Capono. That ball did look like it went off the white shirt, off Williams.
Jason Capono, former UCLA Bruin, scored over 2,000 points in his career there. The number 3 all-time scorer at UCLA, behind only Don McClain, a one-time Heat player, and of course Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who was known as Lou Alcindor when he played at UCLA. Williams from downtown. Jason Williams has found his stroke tonight.
Yes, he has, and you like the fact that he keeps shooting it because he has confidence in that, Jay.
This is the 4th time in the second half the Heat are up by 7. Jason Williams with a dozen points tonight. Mourning with another block, his 4th of the game. Walker down the middle. That's Capono on the drive. He got stuck under the rim, and we get a late foul. Called by Bill Spooner and Courtney Kirkland. So Capono will get a couple of shots here.
And the transition offense was started by the block by Alonzo Mourning, who stayed at the other end to catch his breath, get some little rest there. Look at this, and he keeps it inbounds. He starts the break. He's going to hang at this end to get that little rest we talked about. And the Heat capitalized at the other end.
Jamal McGlure picking up his 4th foul. And Capono twice from the stripe. 9 points for Jason Capono tonight. Also had 9 points in the opener at Memphis.
Capono's an avid golfer, Eric. He wants to play golf one day. So you better give me a lot of strokes, my man.
Mo Williams on the pull-up. Mo Williams had 10 first-half points. He has 12 for the game, and he hasn't missed a shot yet. Mo Williams is 5 for 5. Miami up 7, 9.5 left in the game. And Mo Williams knocking that one out of bounds with 7 seconds left on the shot clock for Miami. Don't forget, the Heat are back at home on Monday night. Matter of fact, the Heat play 7 of their next 9 games at the American Airlines Arena. They'll face the Nets Monday night. Remember, they swept the Nets out of the playoffs in the first round last spring. Capono underneath on a nice inbound from Payton.
Right.
And how about Capono? A Heat career best 11 points in only his 3rd game.
That's the play the Heat used to run for Eddie Jones. That time Capono benefited from it.
Now Mourning gets his 10th rebound. Williams on the run. Oh, it popped out for Jason Williams. Here comes Mo Williams changing ends quickly. TJ Ford circles back out. Kukoc from downtown. 8 points for Tony Kukoc. The Bucks have gone 7 for 12 from three-point land.
Well, we mentioned before they lead the NBA in three-point field goal percentage, and they're showing why tonight.
Offensive foul on Jason Williams. He warded off with the elbow. Second foul on Jason Williams. You get the feeling this game will be good right down to the last shot. As you can tell, it has been an eventful and exciting outing here at the Bradley Center. The Heat swept the season series from the Bucks last year. They've won 5 in a row against Milwaukee. And they're trying to earn another victory tonight as Mo Williams splits the double, misses on the runner, gets it right back. Kukoc all day from three-point land, and he passed it up. And we get a foul on Miami's Dwayne Wade, I believe. Yep. Wade picks up his 4th foul.
Now Udonis Haslem is back in at that center spot. Antoine Walker's your power forward. This has worked very well so far tonight.
Miami's played only 7 men, 6 of them in double figures. Haslem with 13 points, 9 rebounds. Antoine Walker a dozen points. Mourning 13 points and 10 boards. Dwayne Wade 18 points. Jason Williams with 12 and Jason Capono with 11. For the Bucks, Michael Redd leads the way with 20. Bobby Simmons with 13. TJ Ford has 11 assists.
Returning from the box, number 21,
Bobby Simmons back in for Milwaukee. Jamal McGlure to the bench. McGlure sits down with 8 points and 5 rebounds.
Now Terry Stotts puts in his smaller team to go against Stan Van Gundy's smaller squad.
Williams getting 1 out of 2. He has 13 points tonight. So Terry Stotts and the Bucks looking at a 5-point deficit with 8:10 left in the 4th quarter. Jason Williams back to Antoine Walker on the drive. There he goes, but he missed it. He got all the way in and missed the layup.
Got a little off balance on that play and didn't throw up a good shot.
Good defense by Jason Williams on Ford. Kukoc misses the 3. And that was Charlie Bell, took it away from Haslem, and Jason Williams fouls Charlie Bell. Hustle play by the Bucks. Bell.
He snuck up around Udonis Haslem and knocked the ball away. Udine thought he had the rebound. Here, you'll see it. Good hustle by everybody on this play, but J. Will gets a tough call right there.
3rd foul on Jason Williams. And the mop guy on this side of the court finally getting into the action.
Guys are getting a lot of TV time.
You know what? I need these guys at my house.
Oh, yeah, you still don't have electricity, do you?
How about that?
Wow.
FPL, are you listening?
Almost 2 weeks. Man, with a pregnant wife at home, too.
SOS.
Man. A pregnant, lovely wife at home.
Thank you very much, Tom. 7:47 remaining in the game. The Milwaukee Bucks off to their first 2-0 start since the 2001-2002 season, a year they got off to a 4-0 start. And the Heat trying to end that spell in Milwaukee's home opener. This is Simmons in the low post. Antoine Walker knocked it away with those quick hands. The 13th Milwaukee turnover of the game. 7.5 minutes left in this one. And as Wade, boy, he works so hard without the ball to get free. Do you understand the conditioning level of a Dwayne Wade, how hard he plays?
And he's doing a nice job, a real good job defensively at the other end, guarding one of the toughest players in the league when he's in the game in red.
Charlie Bell picking up his second foul. Jason Capone will send it in. Wade weaves into the paint, pitches out to Williams from downtown. Yes, sir! Jason Williams has tripled for the third time tonight, and Dwayne Wade comes up with his 8th assist.
He's made 3 in a row, J.Will has.
This is Jason Williams' best game in a Heat uniform, showing you an example of what he's capable of. 15 points, 5 assists tonight for Williams on 6 for 14 shooting.
He's got a good stroke. He's got confidence in the shot. We said he struggled a little bit in the preseason, but that man can shoot. He knows it, and now he's getting in the groove.
After a 1 for 6 start tonight, Jason Williams has made 5 of his last 8 shots. The 8-year veteran. Game by game, it's going to be a better fit for Jason Williams at the point guard spot for Miami. Well, the Heat are up by 8, 87-79. Good defense by Wade, but underneath Simmons on the second chance. 15 points for Bobby Simmons, and the Heat lead is 6. 6:45 left.
Stan Van Gundy's got to decide somewhere along the way here, when does he get Alonzo Mourning back in this game? As long as the flow of the game goes his way, he can still buy more time.
Here comes Walker on the runner. Rebound tipped by Haslam, taken by Mo Williams. Nice pass. Again, it's Bobby Simmons. He's got 17. 4 points in a row for the Bucks. They've cut the 8-point lead in half.
You know, Eric, this is a very good passing Buck team. You know, we're seeing them tonight for the first time. These guys can really pass the basketball.
Injuries, part of the early season story for Miami, and Shaquille O'Neal and James Posey. That's 2 penciled-in starters. Posey was scheduled to be the starter at small forward, but he injured his right thumb, the thumb on his shooting hand, in the Heat's 5th preseason game at Detroit. Now, the cast came off. Posey is wearing the splint. He actually took part in one practice back in Miami, getting closer and closer to returning to the Heat lineup. And the same can be said for Heat backup center Michael Doliak. Both Doliak and Posey could return to the lineup, according to Stan Van Gundy, as soon as next Saturday night's game against the Charlotte Bobcats in Miami, Florida.
How about Doliak wearing the tie? Man, he told us first time in 2 years. I think his new bride Shannon's having a good influence on him, Eric.
Either that, or he's thinking twice about a post-playing career as a doctor, perhaps political aspirations for Senator Doliak. He turned it over. Here comes T.J. Ford. And he lost the ball, but it's knocked out by Miami. Well, the Heat have brought Gary Payton into the game here in the 4th quarter. It's Wade, Payton, and Williams as the Heat go with 3 guards. Haslam and Antoine Walker up front. The Bucks also going with their 3 guards, Red, Ford, and Mo Williams. McGlure and Simmons join them. Bucks have the last 4 points, and they trail the Heat by 4 with 5:43 left. McGlure comes up short. Haslam let that rebound get away. And McGlure makes the most of his second chance. So a 6-point run for the Bucks. It's now a 2-point game.
UD got a little out of position there trying to defend McGlure, and the ball just came right back to him, and he finished the play.
Well, capacity crowd here at the Bradley Center, over 18,000, and none of them using their seats right now. Wade's jumper, yes!
And of course, D. Wade is at his best when the Heat need him the most.
20 points for Dwayne Wade, and they did need that basket. Miami up by 4 with 5 minutes left. Another nice pass. Mo Williams finding Jamal McClure. And Tony, it's a team that can play fast, and as you said, a very unselfish, good passing basketball team.
They are, and that time D. Wade picked up his 5th foul.
Third team foul on the Heat as Alonzo Mourning comes back into the game. And Antoine Walker will go to the bench. Yeah, that's one of the fears when Dwayne Wade has to go up and defend another marquee offensive player, and picks up the 5 fouls tonight. Tomorrow night on FSN Florida, Chris Myers sits down with Baseball Commissioner Bud Selig. They'll discuss the use of instant replay on the effects of steroid use on the game of baseball. Bud Selig sitting down with Chris Myers on FSN Florida tomorrow night at 10. Well, Jamal McClure with the Bucks' last 4 points. It's a 2-point lead for Miami with 4:50 remaining. Red defending Wade. Walker still in the game. Wade's pass stolen away by Ford. What a play! End-to-end, and we are tied at 89.
That's one of the quickest players in the NBA, coast to coast, and he finished.
A 10-2 run for Milwaukee. Listen to the Bradley Center.
T.J. Ford is limping as he goes to the bench off that coast to coast finish. And we're back. You can see the score's tied. Getting to crunch time right here. T.J. Ford is going to go coast to coast with this. As we mentioned, one of the quickest players in the NBA. He comes out of this limping. Let's see if we can see what happens here. Yeah, couldn't see it. But that timeout allowed him to gather himself a little bit.
T.J. Ford with his second double-double in 3 games. He has 11 points and 11 assists. Now the Bucks are on a 10-2 run. 4:20 left. Tied at 89, and the noise level has definitely risen. Wade, stutter steps, finds Payton. Kaboom! From downtown. Second triple for Payton. 9th assist for Wade, and the Heat lead by 3.
And Wade draws 3 defenders to him and hits Payton in the corner for the Jag.
Big bucket for the glove. Ford, blocked by Mourning, he got a piece of it. McClure underneath. Well, Mourning was out of position because he blocked his 5th shot, and Jamal McClure, he has 6 of his 14 points here in the 4th quarter. 3:35 to play. What a game this has been. Walker wide open. Misses on the 3 after the great Wade setup. Antoine Walker 5 for 13 from the field. Now the Heat need defense. Mo Williams pick and pop with Bobby Simmons. Williams draws a foul on Jason Williams. A 2-shot foul. Williams picks up his 4th team foul on Miami. 3:07 left in the game.
After the timeout, Stan Van Gundy goes to Wade. You see all the white shirts around him. They're not going to let him score, but he does as he's been doing all night. Penetrates, dishes to an open teammate. Payton buries it.
Mo Williams at the stripe, his 23 points at New Jersey on Wednesday, his career high. Williams, originally a 2nd-round pick out of Alabama by the Utah Jazz. He played with them as a rookie and averaged 5 points a game. Now tonight, a 12-game NBA Saturday. Check your Toyota scoreboard. The Wizards at home defeat Orlando. it's a tie game at 92. Jason Kidd had a triple-double in that New Jersey win. Here comes Wade. Outside Williams. 3 on the way. And the rebound of Bobby Simmons. 2:38 to play in the game. Tied at 92. This is Simmons. It's good. And the Bucks have their first lead since the score was 39-38 with 5:38 left in the second quarter.
Well, you can't hear yourself think in this place. See the Heat get through their offensive execution now.
Now here's where you need a basket. And the foul on Michael Redd. This is the loudest I have ever heard the Bradley Center.
I'm with you. This is 18 years we've been coming here to Milwaukee.
Well, we said this game would probably go down to the last shot. Looks like we're right on course.
And we're back here in Milwaukee. The Heat down 2 after Gary Payton made a shot to put the Heat ahead. Jamal McGraw got inside and scored. And then you got Bobby Simmons coming down, making a long J to put them up 2, and that's where we are right now. Bucks 94, Heat 92, 2:10 left in the game.
Well, over the last 7 minutes, the Bucks have responded. They fell behind by 9 points, but they've come back with a 19-8 run over the last 7 minutes. 2:10 to go. Thanks for joining us. This has been a exhilarating Saturday night at the Bradley Center. Eric Reed with a coach Tony Fiorentino and Jason Jackson. The Heat were leading by 9. Now they're down by 2. Wade cannot tie it. And the rebound of Bobby Simmons.
That time, Eric, Milwaukee came out in the 2-3 zone. First time all night.
Now the Heat need defense. Simmons to his left. Draws the foul on Antoine Walker. Boy, Bobby Simmons, a very heady player. Antoine Walker's second foul. The Heat go over the limit with 1:48 left. And that will send Simmons to the free throw line. Bobby Simmons, 9 for 9 from the stripe this year. 2 for 2 tonight.
Came into his own last year. That's why he was the most improved player in the league. Got that big contract to come here, and he's living up to the billing.
5-year, $47 million deal for Simmons. Imagine leaving Los Angeles for Milwaukee and being thrilled about it.
Especially on the 1st and the 15th.
So the Bucks on a 21-8 run. They lead by 4. Bobby Simmons with 21 points. Here comes Wade. Drives in. Misses. Mourning holds on to the rebound and gets fouled. Alonzo Mourning holding on to his 11th rebound with both hands. And the foul is on McGlure. That's his 5th. The 4th team foul on Milwaukee.
Both teams are in the bonus now. Milwaukee's got 2 timeouts left, full plus the 20. The Heat has 2 full, but no 20.
Mourning gets 1 of 2. Alonzo with 14 points, 12 boards, 4 blocks. The Heat trail by 3. Minute 25 left.
Stan Van Gundy stays with the 3-guard offense so he can defend these quick guards of Milwaukee.
8 on the shot clock. Bobby Simmons. Oh my! Bobby Simmons with a rip-roaring slam dunk.
Man, he was emphatic with that. Whoa!
That's the play of the game. Simmons with 23, 10 in the quarter, and Wade misses a difficult shot, and the Bucks up 5 under a minute left.
The Heat has plenty of time here. Just dig in, get a couple of stops. They need a stop right here, obviously.
7 on the shot clock. McClure turns, drives, and is rejected by Mourning at the summit. And the shot clock goes off. Wow. What a spectacular rejection by Mourning.
And Wade was up there, too, trying to help out. There was a lot of black shirts, hands up there.
Well, it has been quite the game here at the Bradley Center. We'll be right back for the finish.
And we're back. The Heat's down 5. Bobby Simmons with that great play to the basket earlier. Alonzo Mourning has said you can't worry about getting dunked on if you're a shot blocker. That time Simmons got the best of it. Watch McClure now. Watch as Zoe and Wade get up there to block the shot. Both guys are up above McClure. The Heat has the ball left on that 24-second violation. There's 37 seconds left. The Heat's down 5. They have 1 timeout left. They have no foul to give. They're in the penalty.
What's the strategy on this possession, Tony, with 24 seconds on the shot clock, only 37 seconds left in the game, and as you said, down 5.
First good shot. The Heat are not looking for a 3 just yet. If they get the 3, they'll take it. They're looking to get a quick score if they can so they can get the ball back.
They have Jason Capono, a very good three-point shooter in the game. He'll inbound. Also Mourning, Haslam, Jason Williams, and Dwayne Wade. And our favorite character off the court tonight, Mop Boy, returns.
Milwaukee's got 2 full timeouts left and a 20. The Heat's got 1 full timeout left.
Now the Memphis Grizzlies defeat Cleveland tonight, 113-106. All right, here's Wade. Got fouled. Oh, it trickled off. So Dwayne will go to the free throw line for 2 shots. Dwayne Wade only 2 points here in the 4th quarter.
Well-designed play by Stan Van Gundy. Had Capono in the game for offense. Set the play up for Dwayne Wade. He drew the foul, almost made the shot. Now Gary Payton will come back in. The Heat only had 3 seconds go off the clock right there. So that's exactly what they wanted. Wade's going to the line. Then the Heat's got to get a good defensive stance. And we'll see what the score is coming back.
Jamal McClure fouls out of the game with 14 points and 8 rebounds. Andrew Bogut's back in. Star of the 4th quarter in this game has been Bobby Simmons of the Bucks. 10 of his 23 points in the period. This his best game as a Buck. He did have 22 points, 12 rebounds in his debut Tuesday.
The Bucks have so many weapons, it's hard to just key on 1 or 2 guys.
Well, Wade getting only 1 of 2. The Heat are down 4.
Yeah, and Zoe had the foul right there. You can't let him dribble the clock down. You're down 2 possessions. You got to put him on the foul line.
Miami led by 9 points with about 8 minutes left in this game. The Bucks have gone on a 23-10 run. And remember, I told you early on in this telecast that both Milwaukee's road wins were come-from-behind efforts. They trailed Philadelphia by 7 with 2 minutes left, 1 in overtime. They trailed the Nets in the 1st quarter by 16 and went on to win that game as well. And here they were down 9 in the 4th quarter.
T.J. Ford was 14 for 16 from the foul line coming into this game, 1 for 2 tonight.
Well, the Heat did a good job most of the game keeping the Bucks off the strike. Remember, Milwaukee got 34 free throws in 2 games from 1 player, and the night as a team, this is just their 16th free throw attempt.
Yeah, the Heat's got to be pleased with their defense tonight.
They may not be pleased with the end result because it's all about getting wins.
This Milwaukee team, as you mentioned, was averaging 113 a game coming into the game. 2nd best in the NBA to Phoenix.
T.J. Ford, 13 points, 11 assists. And a blocking foul on Andrew Bogut trying to prevent Dwayne Wade from getting to the basket. 4th on Bogut. Wade will go to the line for 2 shots. And again, Stan Van Gundy platooning offense and defense. Capono back out. Gary Payton coming in. And Haslam about to come back into the game as well.
UD's going to go back in case Wade misses the 2nd shot. He can possibly get the rebound.
Dwayne Wade held to 3 points here in the 4th quarter. He does have 21 for the game with 9 assists and 7 rebounds. Alonzo Mourning tonight, 14 points, a dozen rebounds, and 5 block shots.
In 33 minutes played.
Wade is 9 of 12 at the line. Now down the stretch when you absolutely must make your free throws, the Heat have not.
Wade has missed 2 out of 3 here down the stretch. Very unusual for him.
Missed them both. So the Heat have missed their last 3 foul shots. Oh, this Milwaukee crowd is loving it.
Michael Redd will be on the line. He's an 87% career foul shooter. Got 2 free throws.
Now the Bucks last year had their worst record since the 98-99 season. And they do have the look of the NBA's most improved team. Trying to hold on to this game and make it 3 straight wins to open the season. This is their home opener. Haven't gotten off to a 3-0 start since the 2001-2002 season. So Michael Redd makes it a 7-point lead for the Bucks. Heat fans, Monday night will be a special one for South Florida sports fans. At 7:30, the Heat host the New Jersey Nets, and we want you to join us in honoring everybody's friend, one of the great quarterbacks of all time, Hall of Famer Dan Marino. 20,000 Heat fans will receive a commemorative poster sponsored by Marooney, and the Heat will present Dan with a special number 13 Heat jersey. They'll also make a special donation to the Dan Marino Foundation. Tickets for the Heat and the Nets on Dan Marino night. You can log on to Ticketmaster.com or call 1-800-4NBA-TIPS.
Tickets still available. Congratulations to Dan Marino. Hall of Famer. Was there any doubt?
Well, 19 seconds left in this game. The Heat up by as many as 9 in this 4th quarter. Now on the downside. Walker's 3 is good. Antoine Walker's 3rd triple tonight. The Heat are down 4, only 10 seconds left.
Fouls number 24, Jason Capono.
Jason Capono committing the foul.
Maurice Williams will be on the line. Mo Williams shooting 79% for his career.
Tony, the Heat were up by 9, around the 8-minute mark left in this game. Since that time, the Bucks have retaliated and responded a 26-10 run. What tilted the game in their direction that emphatically?
Part of it was they've evened out the rebounds almost. The Heat are up 1 now. Earlier, the Heat was up by 13 the last time we reported that. So they hit the offensive boards. They got some good shots down inside. The ball, quite frankly, Eric, the ball bounced their way a couple of times. Once on a block shot, another one on a rebound while the Heat were trying to defend. So they did get a couple of breaks down the stretch, but they also created some on their own.
Williams with 16 points, 16 for Williams. Jason Williams from downtown bottoms up. Jason Williams with 3 triples here in the 4th quarter, 4 threes on the game. Now, if there is a silver lining to this game, Tony, I would say the play of Jason Williams after the sluggish shooting start. He has really come on. 18 points for J.Will.
He's found his stroke. He's made 4 threes here in this game, and as you mentioned, and he was struggling earlier, as we mentioned, but he's really come on, and you're right. There is a silver lining here. You know, on the NBA level, you got to win. You're professional on the professional level. But I thought it was encouraging, even though the Heat lost Indiana the other night, coming back in that game with Shaq going down. And tonight, the Heat played very well, but not good enough to win. That's okay. Hanging in there in front of a tough crowd against a good team is going to bode well for the Heat down the way a little bit.
Of course, another thing you can hang your hat on tonight, the strong play of Number 33, Alonzo Mourning, 14 points, a dozen rebounds, 5 blocks in 33 minutes.
Well, anybody who knows Alonzo Mourning would kind of figure he would come through with something like that. It's the most minutes he's played this year. He's averaging 18 coming into the game. He's going to wind up playing 33.
Mourning makes the catch, fires from downtown, and that will do it. The Milwaukee Bucks get the come-from-behind win. All 3 of their victories come from behind. The Bucks go to 3-0. The Heat fall to 1-2. It was quite a ball game.